Hey, well, good day to you. How you doing today? Listen, I want to give y'all a quick update today. Man, a quick update today. I just came from the Capital City Police Complex, Capital City Police Department, and no report. Nobody knows anything. It's unbelievable. No report. Nobody knows. Put in a call to either one of the chiefs. No answer. Just in case you need an update, it's just unbelievable that people that are paid by taxpayers' dollars to serve and protect, I believe they have declared war on black men of color. I believe the Capital City Police has declared war not on crime, but on black men of color. And I'm telling you, they have harassed, had his car towed, gave him sobriety tests. He passed all of those. They found nothing in his car. He had no drugs, no drug paraphernalia, no alcohol, no weapons. They searched Dwayne Pickett Jr.'s car without his permission, slammed him on the car, took him to another location in the middle of the fairgrounds and gave him another sobriety test. He passed all those. The supervisor in charge made the officer take him back to his apartment, take him home. He said that the supervisor talked with him with some sense. And mad, he was driving so reckless, he did not put him in a seatbelt. He's bumped his head, he's hurt his wrist, gets him to his apartment, takes the handcuffs off, makes him sign some papers, but don't give him no copies. Because of the culture that they work in, we are in an environment where they can do what they want to our children. I made a call. I went there first to talk to him. No record of anything. They sent Lieutenant Gordon, I think, to talk to me. No record. He's going to check on it. He's going to run it up the chain of command. 2, I called him. Bo Luckett or none of his understaff has cared to call because they don't have to. They answerable not to any citizen or any person, nobody but the reckless governor that hired and put them in place in order to quote unquote fight crime. But what he said is they've opened season on black boys. Let me tell y'all something. You ain't gotta like this. But I'm telling you, it's they don't have any record. They didn't give him anything. They traumatized, harassed, and guess what all this started off? Allegedly, because his music was too loud. Allegedly. He has a factory system in his Challenger. He was on High Street at the Shell station. They will not give the footage. It's crazy. Are you hearing me? It's crazy. Can you hear me now? It's crazy. But I just want to update you. I just want you to understand this is what we're up against. And we're going to fight. Okay? We're going to fight. You do not get to harass and mistreat black men, black boys in this city under the guise of we fighting crime. He was walking into a store. Walking into a store. And you said something about loud music. You harass him. You slam him on the car. You rough him up. You search his car without permission. He's sitting in a car with handcuffs on. Then you take him to the middle of the fairground, give him another sobriety test. No drunkenness, no high, no nothing. You're forced to take the young man home. You drive so reckless that you hurt him in the back of the car because you did not follow procedure and put him in the seatbelt. And they so brazen and emboldened that they don't even feel like they have to tell anybody anything. They shoot down our kids. They don't have to say anything. They don't have to tell us whether it's justified or not. They get to do what they want to. And that's what they've done again. Thank God they didn't kill him. Thank God they didn't take him to a location and beat him half to death or try to plant something on him. Whoever that sergeant was, I want to thank you, ma'am. Whoever that was over that shift that came and gave that officer who was mistreating my son the business, thank you for standing up for people that look like you. And here's the deal. It ain't about black or white. When they work in a culture where they can do what they want to, and they've been given license to do it, in particular the black boys, because they've been given the permission by the governor of the state of Mississippi, Governor Tate Reeves, has given Bo Luckett and the Capital City Police license to do what they want to citizens of Jackson. They're not working with Jackson Police Department. They're not working with anybody. They're doing what they want to do. And I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. See, it was my son. A month and a half ago, it was Miss Lewis' son. Before that, it was Seneca's son. Before that, it was somebody else. I'm telling you, it can get to your house. Dwayne Pickett Jr. is a young man with a college degree, finishing up a master's. I've been pastoring this city 26 years. If it can happen to me, it can happen to your child. It can happen to your son. And I'm telling you, it's something wrong because there's no accountability. So I want to call out all those folk that say they care about their people. Mr. Stokes, since you know him so well, tell me what to do since they've done this to my son. Kim Wade, tell me what's supposed to be done. All you talking, man, I'm telling you, it's crazy. It's unbelievable. And I get this people, oh, Bishop, you the bishop. Don't do this, Bishop. Let me tell you something. I'm the bishop, but I'm a father first. Dwayne Pickett Jr., not only is my son, but he got my name. So did you do this to him because of what his name is? Did you do it to him because I called out the Capital City Police on the shooting and killing of Jalen Lewis? Because certainly you don't put somebody in handcuffs, harass them all day, and then take them back to their house. I ain't never heard of that. You know why? Because there was somebody with some sense that recognized that what they were doing was wrong. But other black officers sat there and watched it happen. And when I'm telling you, I want to tell all my police officers, all the good cops, all the good police officers, let me tell you, to know what they're doing to people and not say nothing makes you an accessory. But here's the truth. It didn't have to be my son for me to be where I am. No, it didn't have to be my son. So anybody thinking that's crazy. Because I'm the one that called him out about Jalen Lewis. I'm the one that got the pictures of the officers that's probably back at work right now. I don't know where they are. And I'm telling you what they've done. They went over and hired all these Rankin County and other guys, and they coming over here and they're harassing our children. They're beating them. They're jumping on them. They're doing what they want to because they have no supervision. They have nobody to care. They have people like Governor Tate Reeves and Bo Luckey and all the others that do not care about it. And I even went to the Attorney General's office. You know what? They ain't done nothing. They ain't did nothing. I went to them about the Jalen Lewis deal. And what they do is they got black people that look like us in place, but they don't have no power. They can't do nothing. They don't have no power. They can't do nothing. I do not believe that you can continue this type of behavior and think it's all right. I'm about nonviolence. I'm about righteousness. But I'm telling you, you cannot continue to mistreat a group of people and push them into a corner and they do not respond. Black people, please hear me. People that are sensitive to everybody, please hear me. If they can do it to Dwayne Pickett Jr., they can do it to anybody else too. They can do it to your child, your nephew. He ended up getting slammed on a car, paid $200-some to get his car out of impound. He was handcuffed. He's in pain. He's devastated. He's overwhelmed. And I gotta, as a father, I'm supposed to sit back and be all right. And you go to the station and talk to somebody and they won't even talk to you because they don't have to. They don't care. They don't care. That's what we're dealing with in this city. That's what we're dealing with in the city. But some of you sellouts running around telling me, we need to just be all right. That's what's wrong with us. We just all right. And we want to make peace without there being any transparency. We want reconciliation without dealing with real issues. But I'm serving them notice. Oh, the paperwork is being filed, sustained. The attorney is already on the job. They won't even give us a report. Hear me. They won't give us a report. They falsely imprisoned a 24-year-old young man. They falsely imprisoned him. They had him in handcuffs. He deals with anxiety. They just killed a very close friend of his a month and a half ago. So here I am, a veteran of the U.S. Army. Here I am, a servant of people. And yet, when they see one of us, they don't see any of that. All they see is black. And when I hear people say something like, well, everything ain't black and white. That sound good until you black. Well, they say, that particular officer was black. It don't matter what color he was. Do you understand? They work for a culture and a system that suggests that black men are all criminals. I just found out this morning, the same thing is happening in London and Britain right now. Black men are 6 times more likely to be mistreated and to be handled rough and violent. What is this attack on men of color? And how can we be silent? Hey, I'm devastated. I'm overwhelmed. And I directly blame Governor Tate Reeves. I directly blame those legislators that of progress, you sold out your own community, now you have nothing. We came and take care of our own people. There's something wrong with this. There's something wrong. Capital City Police, I guarantee you, if somebody don't put a stop to what they are doing, there's going to be more senseless violence at the hands of a police department that has no accountability except those who already have mistreated historically Black and brown communities. That's what's happening. You want to make peace? Make it right. You want to make peace? Reorganize, restructure, put people that care. You want to make peace? And they ain't done nothing. You know why? Because they don't care. Listen, pray for me, pray for my son, pray for my family, because let me tell you something. When this happens, when you get that call at 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, nope. He didn't call me at that time, but they did it to him at 11, sometimes around 11 or 12. And we should not have to be telling our children, don't go over here, don't go over there. I'm not telling my children nothing. You know why? Because they got every right to go anywhere they want to. They have the right. And it should not be because they go somewhere where Capital City Police are, they getting harassed. And I'm telling all of you Black police officers that work for Capital City Police that have joined forces with this racist group of people, that if you don't take a stand, you ain't no different from the rest of them. If all you do is think about protecting yourself, you are an accessory. Somebody paid the price for you to have that position. Mr. Bo Lucky, you are responsible, and you are the leader of that renegade group of people. My understanding is that you are the chief, and if you are the chief, I'm telling you right now, you are in charge, and you are wrong. Okay, and what are we gonna do? Okay, the governor himself on May 18th, 2022, hired these leaders to carry out what he wanted done. And he hired Bo Lucky, Governor Tate Reeves, and his words saying, hey, we're going to get it cleaned up. So he announced new leaders in public safety. And Governor Tate Reeves hired Major Charles Haynes, MBI, Bo Lucky, the new Capital City Police Chief, Joshua Shipp, serving as Assistant Chief. What I'm telling y'all, he hired his cronies. He hired the people he wanted to do what they want to do. And now, what's happening? Commissioner Sean Tyndale, tell me where you lock a guy in handcuffs, do all you want to do to him, throw him against the car, treat him how you want to. He has committed no crime, nothing he's done. You take him home and let him go as if that's all right. You are wrong. And every one of y'all wrong. What you need to do is go and pick up those folk that did the welfare fraud. You need to start with the former governor. You need to start with Brett Favre. You need to start with the involvement that even the current governor had. And now they want to, man, let me tell y'all something. There's something wrong with what's happening. There's something wrong. And so they begun. And I'm going to tell you, I told my sons after Jalen was killed, and they asked me to stand up. I say, hey, When I stand up, they're going to start harassing you. And obviously they read his tag, ran his tag, and came back to Dwayne Pickett Sr. And they did what they wanted to do. A black man ends up in handcuffs because his music was too loud. Wow. Unbelievable. That's what we're up against, guys. It's interesting. I'm wondering how they trying to write it up. How they trying to write it up since they didn't give him anything. How they trying to write it up to make themselves look good. The officer that was on duty that came and dealt with the situation, thank you. I want you to understand that they have further traumatized a young black male who you just killed, his friend from 9th grade, a month and a half ago. How you deal with that? How you deal with that? And when you know and don't say and don't do nothing, you just like the rest of them. And I'll say this again to my white friends. If we friends and brothers and sisters, and you can watch my children be mistreated and don't have nothing to say about it, you must agree with what's going on. I know what you say, oh, he must have been doing something, It don't happen to y'all children. It don't happen to white children. It don't happen to white boys. They don't end up in handcuffs talking about somebody say something about some loud music. It don't happen to white boys. So it cannot become normal and acceptable for our children. But okay, enough is enough. But I promise you, I was just where I say, you know what? People don't care. If they don't care, why I care so much? I'm going to tell you why, because God made me care. He made me care. And I was caring before it happened to my son. So I wonder what these sellout, paid for Uncle Toms and Aunt Thomasines going to say. You know why they ain't going to say nothing? Because they paid for it. And what they'll turn around and do is demonize the child. They'll demonize the young man who ain't done nothing. Because you don't put him in a car, lock him in handcuffs, give him a sobriety test, he's all good, all clean, get his car towed, all that stuff, take him on a scary ride, you take him into the middle of the dark, give him another sobriety test, put him in the car, don't put him in a seatbelt, drive like a bat out of hell, taking him back because you mad because you got to take him back because there was no reason to even pick him up in the first place or deal with him in the first place, and take the handcuffs off after you roughed him up. He could have died. But I promise you, you won't get another chance with mine. I promise you, it ain't going to happen. Okay? So nobody else. I'm one of the people that nobody else got to stand. We're going to keep going. I'm calling the DOJ today. I'm getting Congressman Thompson on the phone today. I'm calling the mayor in a few moments. I'm calling everybody I know. And it keeps happening to kids. And nobody's doing anything. That's why they don't want to hire people that might call them to the carpet. So what they do is hire some black guys that ain't going to say nothing, just going to go along and be yes men. So they don't want to get nobody in that's going to be serious about fair law and order. Because they want to do what they want to do. But I found out something about life. You can't keep mistreating God's people. Remember, you reap what you sow. It ain't my job. God gonna deal with it. He gonna deal with it. But guess what? I'm not one of those pastors that say, oh, I just pray about it and put it in his hands. No, the Bible tells me to pray and fight. Pray and be a voice. He said, be angry, but sin not. It's not all right. And black people, I'm telling y'all right now, it's not all right. I'm going to update you about this until there's some resolution. So, God bless y'all. Thank you so much. If you're not here, this is the Mississippi that we are living in right now. This is the Mississippi we're living in, where police officers are able to do what they want to men of color in Jackson, Mississippi, the same way. They have not helped with infrastructure. They've held up money. So all of it's the same. You're right, Jennifer. It's a money racket. And our children go to school, work hard, do what they're supposed to do, and get treated this way. As a father, and I want y'all to understand I'm a father first. And they would not get to do this to my child or anybody else's child. And we don't have nothing to say. Hey, God bless you. God keep you. Peace.